Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I've got Spurs fan Paul with me. West Ham United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, our 5th defeat in the Premier League in our last 6 games. Paul, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming on. What did you make of today's game?
Firstly, thanks for having me, Chris, on your channel, mate. I've watched it religiously, and it's an honour to be finally part of your show, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a game of two halves, wasn't it? You know, first half, a couple of individual mistakes in the back with Dyer and Sanchez. And then we see the introduction of Bale in the second half, and we're looking at a completely different team, you know, attacking, looking threatening. Unlucky not to obviously get a couple of goals, but ultimately, you know, it's a game again that, you know, lack of concentration in the defence, and, you know, we're one down before we even start kind of thing, Chris, you know.
Why is this happening every week, though, Paul? It's now frustrating as Tottenham fans, isn't it? We can all see what's going to happen. We all see that the mistakes are being made every single week. Why is this not being rectified? Why do these mistakes keep happening? Because it is now costing us points. It is now 5 defeats in the last 6 Premier League games. Tottenham are drifting down to be a mid-table club. Surely we have to keep that eye on that European place at the end of the season. And with results like this, you know, we're miles away right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, certainly are, mate. And I think it's a number of things, really. It's the individuals themselves, you know. It's also the fact that we're swapping and changing that back four every single game. You know, there's no partnerships forming. There's no consistency, you know, apart from Reguilon and probably Tanganga now. You know, our back four are getting swapped every week. So it is difficult to start getting a relationship like we had with Toby and Yan together back in the last couple of seasons, you know. And I think it's that really, and just lack of concentration, stupid errors, you know, Sanchez and Dyer switching off. And then, you know, you shoot yourself in the foot straight away from being 1-0 down after like 5-6 minutes. It's, you know, as a club that we are and we want to be, these individual mistakes need to be taken out of the game. And, you know, I know they analyse the games every single match, but these mistakes just can't happen. Really can't.
Paul, when the starting lineup come out, how did you feel as a Tottenham Hotspur fan? Because, of course, lots of people wanted to see Gareth Bale and possibly Dele Alli in the starting 11. And in hindsight, you know, when you look back in that second half, Gareth Bale had that bit of spark and, you know, created the goal for Lucas Moura to head in. You know, what do you make of that starting 11 from Jose?
Well, straight away, the defence had me worried. I tweeted and said, you know, Sanchez and Dyer, please don't let me down and please prove me wrong. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. They did. But again, dead disappointed that Bale wasn't given a start, and Dele, because like you said, Chrissy, you know, they played well on Thursday night, and I thought they were the positive spark out of the game when they came on. You know, added something to it today. Bale in particular, I know Dele didn't get much of a look in, but came close with the cane ball that, you know, for any given day would have probably gone in. But certainly for Bale, I was a bit disappointed that he didn't get a run out from the word go, because he looked sharp on Thursday night.
Well, getting quite a few comments in here about lots of fans want to see Jose Mourinho sacked. Now, I must say, my stance on it is that I don't know what the best decision would be right now. I'm firmly sitting on the fence. I don't know whether it would be the best thing to sack Jose Mourinho or not. But 5 defeats in the last 6 games. You know, how do Tottenham turn this around? And if you were Daniel Levy, what would you be doing right now?
Well, you know, things aren't right at the club at the moment, are they? You know, I back any manager that's in the managerial seat, whether it's Poch, Jose or Jose, but you know, they're my manager, they're my team, so I back whoever's in charge. Of course, these individual mistakes are costing us dearly. We all know that Daniel liked Jose from the word go once Poch unfortunately left, but I think you've got to back him at the moment, keep believing, and then hopefully, you know, we start upping the results and get cracking on at the league table. But you know, I'm on the fence like you, Chris. I back my manager, whoever's in charge. You know, we're the same age. We've had Christian Gross, Jack Santini, to them calibers. So, you know, it's good that we're now getting the profile of Mourinho, but it's just the performances are not going as, you know, we'd like it to. But
when you mention the likes of Christian Gross there, Paul, you know, when you bring in someone like Jose Mourinho, a serial winner, we do not expect to be getting these sorts of results, do we? Because 5 out of 6 defeats in the Premier League, last 6 games. Now, that is relegation form. That is not a team hoping to get Champions League football next season, is it?
Not at all. And again, I think Mourinho had his team set with a decent defence. We all knew what the issues were in the summer when we let Jan go and we didn't replace him with another quality centre back. I know Skriniar obviously was talked about. There was Diaz as well, you know. It's just, you can blame the board as such because they knew the problems. They let Jan go. They let Yokesen go, and they never replaced him like for their qualities in the team, you know. So I'm all for us improving the structure of the youth academy and getting these youth players in like Tatanga and people like that. But we've still got to address the places that we do let go, you know, with quality that just comes in and we replace like for like kind of thing, you know, Chris?
Paul, that second half, Tottenham did have quite a lot of chances. Of course, Gareth Bale come on. He floated a corner in. Lucas Moura, fantastic header. Harry Kane had chances. Gareth Bale hit the crossbar. You know, on another day, Tottenham could have got something from it. But ultimately, do you think that Tottenham deserve something from this game today?
First half performance, not at all. Second half, we could have snatched a point. But the signs were that all clear to see. You know, get Bale in the team, his vision, you know, his creativity, I think would complement both Kane and Son as well. So personally, I'd like to see Bale be given more of a chance now. I know Mourinho's saying about his fitness, but the only way you're going to get match fitness, if you're playing regularly, you know, we can see clearly that he can contribute with his passing ability and his pace and his shooting ability. Just give him a chance and he will come. A lot of fans were sceptical about him being brought and we haven't seen the best of him. But when you're in and out of the team, like most players actually, you know, with the Delis, etc., if you're not playing regularly and you haven't got a manager giving you that arm around the shoulder, like, you know, you're the best, etc., you're not going to get the best out of these players. And that's what Mourinho is doing at the moment. I always look back to that Amazon Prime interview with Kane in his office, and he's saying, I'm up here, I can bring you to there, kind of thing. And if you're not on that kind of wavelength with Jose, he will target you, you know, like he did with Delhi. He makes you the focal point of he's in charge kind of thing, and you know, you've got to be his way or out the door kind of thing, you know. So
surely though, Paul, it's worrying times for us Tottenham fans. Not only are we losing, not only is it disheartening losing every week at the moment and Tottenham falling down the Premier League table, but when you think of the likes of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, who most games week in week out give their all, give everything, you know, superb players, you know, is it a worry for us now that we could lose them this summer if we're not showing real intent on the pitch?
100% it's a worry. You know, we all know that Kane's ambitious. He wants to win trophies. Would we begrudge him if come the end of the season we won no Carabao Cup, we're not in Europe and we don't win the Europa League? None of these are foregone guarantees that we're going to anyway, you know? Of course I worry, you know, but can you begrudge Harry if he just said, you know, after the service I've given you, I'm going because I don't think you can win trophies? Yeah, I could see him going quite, not easily, but reluctantly, because he knows that elsewhere he might have a better chance currently at the moment, you know, with better players to win trophies. And it kills me to say it as a Spurs fan, because I was feeling exactly the same way when Bale left to go to Madrid their very first time, you know, in 2013. You know, well, I was at the Sunderland game, saw him score that wonder goal, and he just felt like he'd taken it as far as he could. And it's getting to that kind of stage now. Unless the board back the manager and start getting real quality players in, you know, we're going to see Bale going, Sonny going, and I don't want to see that. I want to see us up the league, you know, us winning trophies, us being challenging consistently. But at the end of the day, it's only a short career, and these players, likes of Kane and Son, want to win things, don't they? So,
Paul, nice easy question for you. How do Tottenham turn this around, and how do we start winning again?
First of all, Chris, keep the same back four. You know, don't worry about the flipping up the front because we know they can score goals. Get the defence in order. Get a solid centre pairing, and then we know out of the left backs, right backs is either going to be, you know, now Tanganga's back. Personally, in my opinion, because obviously Aurier can make mistakes. Doherty hasn't been the same player that we all saw at Wolves. That when we first signed him, thought great. And then Reguilon speaks for himself. I like Ben Davies, of course, don't get me wrong. Good clubman. But, you know, Reguilon's got that extra quality for pace and the final ball, but just needs, obviously, match fitness again. And then it's just them picking the same team here and there to, like, get the consistency out of these players. Because when you're swapping, and I get it, because we are playing a lot of games, but you need to get that nucleus of a solid back four, and then you can build going forward.
Paul, do you think Jose Mourinho will still be our manager at the start of next season?
Well, that's a tricky one, Chris. You know, I'd like to say yes because he's been backed by the board. They've identified targets, etc. But you know, this is a bit results game. You know, we've seen it before. You know, Yol was one of my favourites. Harry Redknapp was one of my favourites. You know, no one's acceptable from Daniel Levy pointing the trigger. You know, and what you did with Pochi as well. Like you say on all your channels and every time I see your videos, mate, I was gutted to see him go. I had tears in my eyes when he left because how I felt. He connected the club to the fans and, you know, the players as a whole. I felt the club was one whole unit. You know, at the moment, like you said in previous videos, I do feel disengaged from the club, and you know, I do feel we're miles apart in where we feel to where they are.
Paul, thank you very much for your thoughts today, and hopefully you can come back on the channel when we're in a better place and when we're winning again.
Chris,
thank you very much.
As I say, you too, mate. I just want to say, I know there's been a lot of hype with, you know, social media with the racism and all that, but your channel highlights just how good social media can be with obviously getting fans together. You know, I appreciate all the videos you've done. Obviously, when the stadium was being built to now, it's nice to keep watching it and seeing all the lovely people you have and your guests. So keep up the great work, mate. It's excellent.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the positive feedback. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And come on, you
Stay safe and well, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers.
Take care.